Hey guys, Damien and Alex here with FREESKIER. We are here in beautiful Brighton, Utah, diving into the Armada boot program, specifically the AR One 130 MV. This program has been in development for about 5 years now. Armada decided they wanted to get into the boot game, but they didn't want to rush it. They talked to their friends over at Atomic, some of those boot engineers, to really develop a boot that was going to satisfy the needs of their athletes. So they came out with this 3-piece Cabrio boot. It's got some special features. What have we learned about it so far, Alex?
Yeah, like you mentioned, 3-piece here. So the bottom piece here that cradles the foot really nicely, that's actually fused to the cuff with this burly metal piece here. And that's really the driving force behind this boot and the flex there. The tongue piece, it's actually a little bit thinner than a lot of Cabrio boots because this is so burly, and that's going to provide some of the suspension and some of the damping that the riders are stoked on.
I noticed down here on the second buckle, we've got a bit of an interesting design. What's going on there?
Yeah, so this cable here is actually at multiple points of contact here. And when that's engaged, it really seats that heel nicely into a good heel pocket here, so you don't have that like splashing around like you do in some of those bigger, bulkier boots.
Nice. Well, obviously it's really exciting, like a brand like Armada, to come out with a new boot. But everyone has to keep in mind, when they're shopping for boots, the shape of their foot. That's going to drive so much of your decision making and just really deciding what boot you should be in. When you go see a boot fitter, they're going to analyze your foot, your instep, your arch, things like that, the width of your foot, and they'll give you some certain options. So Alex is going to try this boot out, but before you do and give us your feedback, let's hear a bit about what your foot shape's like.
Yeah, so my foot is just kind of an average foot. Actually works out pretty well for testing boots. I'm usually in a 26.5, somewhere in that 98 to 100 last width. My instep is medium. So, nothing crazy going on. No crazy bunions, no weird stuff like.
No bunions, that's always nice. So when he says instep, he's talking about right on the top of the foot here. The last of the measurements usually taken across here, which kind of varies, sort of like, gotta kind of take that with a grain of salt sometimes. But yeah, Alex is gonna try these on, take them for a rip, and give us some feedback.
Yeah, stoked to check them out. All right, yeah, so let's slide into this AR One 130 MV and see how it goes. So we got this nice power strap up top with a little bit of doubled over elastic. That looks pretty beefy. 3-buckle design here. Open this up. The one thing about these Cabrio boots is that they, in theory, are very easy to slide into because the tongue pops out. So let's give her a shot. Open it up nice and wide. Slide it on in there. All right. A little snug is just kind of my instep is pushing in through there. Get this tongue adjusted. You got to make sure you line that up properly here. One buckle down. So I'm just barely able to reach this middle buckle here. Takes a little bit of work. All right, and as I press that down, I really feel my heel kind of push back into place here. So I think that heel lock is working pretty well. Tighten that up a little. Overall impressions, just here, stiff flex. It is a 130, so we want to be feeling that. I can already feel a little bit of that progression through the flex. Obviously out here in the snow in the parking lot, it's a good kind of first impression, but we got to get it up on the slope to see how it skis. All right, let's take a knee. So yeah, this thing's pretty sweet, this AR One 130 MV. The flex I'm feeling like when I enter that turn, it's a little soft. I'm going a little slower, but as I speed up, really like push through that turn, stiffens up. I like how that feels. The heel hold, pretty solid there. This little doohickey they came up with, I think it's really working pretty well. The instep, a little snug on my medium instep. I'm glad it's not any tighter. Toe box, classic medium volume fit up there. It's as advertised. So overall, I'd say this thing's pretty legit.